So everyone, and welcome back to some more FGO. I'm excited for this. We're gonna continue with Salem. Finally, it is time for Salem. Yes! And that reminds me, because I played way back, about, well, almost 5 years ago now. Oh my god, that's a long time now. A game called Murdered Soul Suspect. If you want to check out, it looks like something like this.
Man, this is pretty creepy. And hello, Dubbo. Hope you're doing well. She's pretty scary, that little girl. If you can pass through things, why do you need to do that? I can't pass through this wall. That's bullshit. You're lying to me, game. You're lying.
Yes, a big warning. That is 2015, Lano. God damn, that's so long time ago. Gosh, but that game surrounded by, well, a murder. You are a detective and returned to, well, you are a ghost ratherly, and there is this girl Abigail that like summons demons and stuff like that, and whatever it was, and that's what I was guessing on Abigail before when I saw this like Salem thing, because Abigail is an well, important name into the story of Salem and all that. So that was pretty cool, and I'm really curious. I mean, obviously it's about this with witchcraft and stuff, that the Salem trials and stuff. You know, I'm not too in the lore of this, well, history of this, so I'm not exactly sure about all this part, but I know there was all this Salem witch trials and stuff. Pretty crazy actually when I think about it. What? We got to see Sansa. What? Not bad at all, in fact. I dare say it came out rather well. Good morning, Sansa. Having a late breakfast? Oh, what a wonderful smell. Is that creep? 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 Well, yeah, sorry if I'm a creep. Morning, monsieur. No, this is a buckwheat galette. Gillette? I heard we procured some lovely ham and found myself hooked after spending some time with the chef. Okay. I kinda like and hate his shoulder things there, because it's kind of cool, you know. It's like a horse and there's like almost a blade, you know, like a guillotine. But at the same time, it feels like very uncomfortable to have there, you know. Yes, nitpicking. Cool, but bad. It's like, okay. So you're using ham, cheese, a soft-boiled egg, and is that zucchini? It looks delicious. It sounds freaking delicious. Thank you. I often had galettes. Just like this when I was growing up in Paris. They were originally a peasant dish from the Brittany region. That is funny. Many things I was considered a peasant dish or something like that turns to be like, later on, like, whoa. I mean, I know, like, caviar, if I don't remember wrong, was like, you know, it was just the plebes they ate it, but then it turned like, oh wow, this is something that the rich gonna have. Oysters and whatever, you know, many of these things that turn out like, oh, this is plebeian stuff, but then like the rich are like, you know what, we can't let the plebeians enjoy these things, we're gonna take it for ourselves, and only the rich can buy it. Fair. And the plebeians, aka us, are like, there's a reason the French Revolution happened. Maybe we need another one. It's even said they were served at the palace of King Louis XIV's mother, Anne of Austria. Ideally, I would have liked to pair it with a hard cider, but... Hard cider? Why do I imagine he getting beaten by his cider? Like, alright, exactly. You couldn't do that because we ran out, right? Apparently someone broke into the kitchen and stole most of our alcohol. Really? I'm trying to come up with who is the most likely culprit that likes to drink. Shouldn't? Really? Was it a thief? I think so, since a number of rooms also experience inexplicable blackouts around the same time. That's why I'm on the case right now. Ah, Detective Marshu. Better than Sherlock Holmes. Holmes has been... Speaking about the devil! Has been preoccupied... So it's up to me to be the detective this time. I see. In that case, I will gladly offer my assistance. Ever since the search for the 7 Holy Grails came to an end, what has brought me the greatest joy? It's the drastic improvements made to Chaldea's pantry. Part of my brain read it as Chaldea's pantry. It's like... Are we talking about me now? It's thanks to them that the servants like us can enjoy seasonal delicacies and flavors from around the world. I would love to visit the Chaldea kitchen, you know? I'm so grateful to be able to experience so many wonderful tastes, but ashamed to learn that there are thieves among us in Chaldea. I mean, consider the servants, yes, I'm not surprised there is a thief, 1 or 2. Me too. Since Chaldea is still responsible for preserving humanity, managing a food stockpile is important. Well said. Sacre bleu, the door, attack it! Alright, talk about thieves. My head, I feel sick. Wait, did I tap? Oh, I did tap now. Good morning, Robin. You seem a bit under the weather. Oh, morning, Mashu. Don't mind me. I can smell alcohol from here. Robin? He's clearly hungover. He must have drunk an immense amount to be disaffected despite being a servant. I shall make the guillotine speak. Fortunately, this works out well. Here, Robin, drink up this onion soup. Oh, no, is it like sucking from Onesios lips? Oh, God, fy fan. It'll get you hydrated and replenish some of the salt you lost. Yeah, you don't need to drink any onion soup to regain salt here. You don't. I'm just saying, you don't. Because FGO fanbase, well, not fanbase, but, well, the game base, so to speak, well, everyone that play, are the biggest producer of salt in mankind. I wouldn't be surprised. If that doesn't cure your hangover, drink a glass of water with some baking soda to reduce the acidity in your stomach. Baking? What? Drink with baking? That sounds like... What? No thanks, I'm not drinking that. I smelled rotting animals that weren't so rank. There aren't even a medical herbs in it. I mean, it's not like you're a witch or an alchemist or... Ugh, my head. I knew it. You're still in bad shape. What could it be if it was an emergency right now? Won't you please consider taking Stan's advice and having the soup? Also, I would appreciate if you could tell me what happened last night. And please don't skimp on the details. No, I will skimp on my body. Skimp! You know when it's when you really need to undress, you can say it's skimp important. Last night? Okay, if that's what you want. I couldn't care less what Dr. Frenchy says, but I can say no. I can't say no to you. Dr. Frenchy? Who's Dr. Frenchy? Is that what? Oh wait, who means Sanson? Cause French oh my god, my brain. Still, there's not much to tell. I just kind of ended up here getting roped into a little drinking part the office we're having. Oh. Sometimes it's nice to just cut loose and drink like there's no tomorrow. Consequences be damned, you know? I rapscallion. Anyway, the last thing I remember is Amadeus crashing the party and drinking the rest of the booze. After that, it's all blank. Damn, Mozart! I should have known. Amadeus, I swear the man is a bottomless pit where alcohol is concerned. He always shows up unannounced at parties, dries the wine cellar as if it were his own, and doesn't even pay a single écu to boot. Damn you, Mozart. That is why, but it makes sense, because he's a one-star, so he drinks his sorrows away. Robin, were you perhaps sent to raid the kitchen last night as an errand boy of sorts? You know, I think it's been fun now, and I realize Robin, like robbing, you know, like that is the first time we make that kind of a connection. God damn. Now that you mention it, I think something like that might have happened. Yes. I see, I'm glad I'm making progress. I knew I could resolve a small case like this without the homes for help. Aww, I'm so proud for you, Matthew. Go, Matthew! At any rate, it seems clear that you were all getting plastered in Chaldea's reserves. Indeed. What a sorry sight. Yeah, bollocks. A lot of us were brought up with the luxury of using proper knives and forks for our dainty little breakfast, unlike some nobles I know. I'm not a noble. Oh, is that so? Maybe you're not, but you aren't exactly one of us commoners either, are you? Scheisse. What's going with Robin? Does he have some sort of problem with Sanson? I mean... I mean, in a way, I wouldn't be surprised. Because, well, I mean, Sanson was an executioner, and Robin is a thief. You probably see where it goes. An alarm? What does that table of yours say, monsieur? Let me see, it's a type 3 alert. An abnormality has been spotted somewhere far away. I'll head for the command room. Could we turn it down? The sound is the last thing I need with this headache. Robin, you need to take care of your hangover before you do anything else. Agreed. Once you do that, I shall take you to see the chief. Got it. Take care, Mashu. Don't push yourself too hard now. Looks like things have finally calmed down. Ugh. Guess they gotta handle the situation now. Well, it ain't of any of them. I'm okay, steering clear of the limelight. All those hot-body hero types can handle demon schemes and threats to humanity just fine without me. This really does hit the spot. I'm actually pleasantly surprised that we get to see characters like that, you know? Some of the poor low stars that tend to be forgotten, like, they actually get to be seen! I'm here. What's the situation? You look... Oh yeah, that is how I greet people. You look fluffy as ever! Wait, I kinda do look fluffy at times, so I guess that makes sense. Did you say fluffy? I'm afraid I don't know what you mean by that, but thank you, Zeb. What are you doing, Tifa? You're fluffy! In fact, you're looking kind of fluffy. Like we're still... Aw, thank you! I'm fluffy, guys! See? Why don't you call me fluffy? Okay, you two, it's too early in the morning for flirting. And in the command room isn't the place. Only I am allowed to do that in the command room. That's better. Now then, here's all the information we've got so far. You can fix your bedhead while you're listening, Lano. Okay, I guess. First of all, we know that the alarm originated in North America. We're detecting an incredible magical energy signature, but the threat level is fairly low, at least for now. At the moment, we are sending in a fleet of investigative drones to collect more intel and communicate with the local authorities. We also coordinate with the North American branch of the Mage Association, since Chaldea didn't observe this phenomenon. However, there aren't many association agents in North America, so I doubt there will be much of help. Damn you Americans! Don't we have Edison there? Where exactly in North America is this coming from? Norway. If you direct your attention to the screen, right there, this image was taken by one of our stationary satellites. Where is Salem? I don't know where it's actually located. Is it like Ohio or something like that? I'm gonna say where this is located. Massachusetts. Yeah. There it is. Essex Country. Oh, Essex? Hey! Yeah, that's a horny bunch. The United States East Coast, specifically an area north of Boston, Massachusetts. Boston is so much easier to say. Come to think of it, it's the middle of night over there, isn't it? Even so, it's so dark I don't see a hint of light anywhere. It's like more like a crater than anything. Nani? A crater? That's right, it's a pitch black, completely in total darkness. Oh no, I prefer dankness over darkness. Dankness is more fun. We can't detect so much as a hint of artificial light within a perfect circular 7-kilometer radius. This is no blackout or freak weather. May carve his own explanation for something like this. Naturally, since it's covered in such total darkness, we don't have any other visual data. Do we know what's in the middle of the darkness? Do I want to know? As I recall, there was a port town here at this inlet. I think the name was Salem. I'm happy we can see Geronimo. He's a good boy. It is a cursed name, both for the white man and for us. Geronimo! Geronimo! My presence was requested, and so I have come. I'm getting a bit nervous when holding his knife like that. Like, I mean, imagine someone like, boo! And it... I lost 4 of my 5 fingers. Thank you. That would suck. That would hurt. Are you sure I can be of use, Da Vinci? My tribe know little of the sea after all. I'm sure, Geronimo. In fact, you're the perfect warrior for the job. The proud member of your tribe have been attuned to the land's voice since ancient time, so we could really use your wisdom right now. I see. So the situation has become so dire that you're making a formal request for my help. Very well. I will be of assistance, however I can. Yay! What about the people inside the darkness? Are they all right? Well, we don't know, I guess. At the moment, we have no way of knowing. So far, the US Army reconnaissance drones haven't picked up any sign of a local populace or even radio transmissions. Are we gonna find American troops? Oh no! America! America! Fuck yeah! Simply put, 50,000 people who just finished a perfectly ordinary day have inexplicably disappeared. That's a lot of people there. I can only imagine what the White House advisors are going through right now in the run-up of the inevitable press conference. What are you doing, Tifa? Chunky? Tifa's all like... Yeah, what are you doing, Tifa? Yeah? Oh, yeah. It doesn't help that you look at me with your big, beady eyes. So cute. Oh, my God. Oh, no. You know what? I just imagine the White House right now, if it was now, like, Donald Trump, like, oh, we had the best disappearance. We have never seen as many disappear at the same time ever, and we are the best at disappearing, and we have no idea, but I'm pretty sure it's the black folks. That's what I think. Yes, I'm very anti-Trump, so... Don't worry. But I just imagine it would be something like that. He would probably, like, have no idea, like, oh, I don't know. That's terrible. Could it be a demon? Oh, I haven't heard of this in a while. You mean one of the demon god pillars escaped when Gautier was destroyed? Yes, Lana, this almost certainly is the work of a demon god pillar. That said, the extent to which it seems not to be even making an effort to conceal its insidious nature of this anomaly concerns me. In the other abnormalities we dealt with over the past several months, like Shingyusha and the culprit tried to keep their identity a secret. On top of that, both of those singularities occurred in the past. Hell, in Agaford, it was thoroughly hidden that it was literally miles underground. That was pretty cool, though. But that is not the case here. It's taking place right now, and it's so obvious that even the US government knows about it. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure at least the president would know if you write something about it on Twitter and then tag him, and he'll be like, with his small finger, like, yeah, no one can write back to him on Twitter. Neither of the other demon god pillars attempt anything like this, and that is truly worrying. Still, at least the singularity is on much smaller scale. It reminds me of Fujuki in how it's only covering a single town. Smaller scale, only in comparison with what we have seen so far, you mean? But even now, I can see this tragedy unfolding before my eyes. I pray that the dawning sun will chase away the curtain of darkness that has befallen this land. So what will you do now, Da Vinci? And you, my friend? We have to get to Salem right now! Right, senpai. I am afraid I disagree. The time is not yet right. But there are people in clear and present danger, 50,000 of them no less. We do not know for sure that this is not a trap. It's possible that we may end up being glad that only tens of thousands of people lost their lives there. That's, I guess, but very depressing. We are still very much in the dark ourselves. All we know for certain is what Da Vinci said. Never before have we seen such a bold approach as this. I sense that demon god lying in wait in this darkness is more cautious and villainous than anything we have faced. And I think, like, they said, like, these drones, like, yeah, I mean, under Obama, like, I guess they would just drone everything, like, anyone there? Don't. It just makes me think of all of this weird stuff people use drones for. Weird. Da Vinci, have there been any updates in the investigation? Any further details coming to light? Yes, there have been a few more updates, but I wouldn't get your hopes up. When the darkness first appeared, it quickly expanded to its current radius in just a few seconds before its progress suddenly stopped. Wow, that's a quick expansion. Since then, it's remained completely static, at least from the outside. Mates from the association have sent in familiar, but we lost contact with each and every one of them. Land, sea, low-flying air, no matter how the familiars attempt to infiltrate the darkness, not a single one of them has reported back. Oh no, poor familiars. On top of that, the director of Boston's Holy Church haven't been quite about this either. Why do when you say Boston's Holy Church, I just imagine that it's actually not a church, it's the hockey arena for Boston Bruins. And the and the priest is like a referee, like, okay, the worst whiskey. Penalty, misconduct, 2 minutes, and then the angry fans go there, punch the demons, whatever. This unidentified phenomenon precludes the use of spiritual evocation, sacrifice, runes. Wait, have we tried sacrifice? Summoning circles, anti-fortress and anti-army noble phantoms in this area surrounding Salem. Wait, they literally have access to noble phantoms to nuke this? Oh my god. These areas include parts of Beverly, Peabody, Danvers, Marblehead, Swampscott, and Lynn. Okay. Peabody. And Swampscott. Swampscott. That's not like, you know, the name of the swamp monster, you know? What is your name? Scott. Ah, that doesn't work. Swampscott is your name. Swampscott. It sounds more like a Pokemon. Marblehead and Lynn. We regret to report that we have not discovered any evidence of magical involvement, nor can we completely rule it out in regards to this situation. All I mean, this phenomenon has taken the church completely by surprise. I think everyone was taken by surprise by this, you know? So it is to conclude that none of the persons of interest they have been keeping an eye on have gone near Salem either. You could tell this was a real bitter pill for them to swallow, especially given how proud they are. It's a bit of a surprise for them to throw up their hands in bafflement like this. Though that's not to say they are at loss for words. One of them went on to add, were I to venture on my personal opinion, I might say that it seems as if the hand of God himself has laid waste to the earth. Oh no, God hand? Can you believe that? Sure, it doesn't sound like something a man of the cloth should go around saying, if you ask me. Well, it would appear to be a different God than the one their faith sees as the one true God. I've heard rumors about Chaldeans are being stationed around the world for some time now. But I had no idea they were also working in major association branches and the Holy Church. Of course they are. They are covert agents we planted on site to blend into their respective areas. What? We have double spies? Oh my lord. The Chaldean Security Organization, CSO, hasn't just been sitting around twiddling its thumbs for the stray demon gods to appear, you know. Really? I would do that, probably. I'm not a good spy. Or am I? Because a real spy would say that to make you doubt that he's not a spy, then he is actually a spy, and then... Whatever. These agents are just part of our overall effort, though. I have to admit that it wasn't easy finding people with no familial or community ties to get some work for us. Roman always excelled at hiring the right kind of people. He did leave behind a manual detailing his procedures, but it's just not the same. Why can't I just imagine, like, if you want to hire them, like, ask their name, and if their name is not, like, Brian, hire them. And now I feel like I upset a Brian out there. I'm sorry, Brian. If it's a right scam, no, I'm not sorry for that. Still, it definitely helped. Once I knew where to look, it was just a matter of balancing the budget. I recruited mages, demonology experts, and exorcists and stationed them in cities of interest. And Boston just happened to be one of them. Ooh. I guess there's a bus ton of them there. The other North American agents should all be gathered there by now. That's okay. At this point, we're still just running recon, since we are not on site ourselves. The best thing we can do right now is get as much information as we can and figure out our next move. So we wait for news from people we trust, which are reasonable. That's right. At times like this, there is nothing wrong with depending on others for help. You're really grown on. Oh, thank you. Though when I grow now, it's mostly as flab. Trying to handle everything yourself is the height of arrogance and can lead you to terrible mistakes. And in the end, you're left with nothing but grief. Oh, I can relate to that, you know. Like, I'm very grateful for my mods. I could never do this I can't speak even. I need help speaking. Can anyone speak for me? But yeah, thanks to all my amazing mods. And everyone else for that matter. But especially my mods, they've been helping me so much. I'm relieved to see that self-sacrifice isn't your answer to everything anymore. Still, isn't there anything we can do? Of course, plenty in fact. Now that the alert level's been raised, we're getting reports from all over the world. Wow, cool. Somebody has determined if they are authentic and whether they relate to what's happening in Salem. I'd like you to handle that, Mashu. Understood! Captain Mashu on duty! Oh yeah, tap down. God damn it. Heh. Now I think it's about time we pull in Kurt and Great Detective to help us out. Yeah, I mean, we have Da Vinci and Holmes. I feel like the problem with these is that they have like some of the brightest minds. Like, we don't need to think. They do what think for us. His work in the hangar ship probably gotten boring to him by now, so he'd probably be in his room or just wandering around in Chaldea. Lana, would you mind speaking with Holmes yourself? Of course, I doubt you have much luck when he barely even pays attention to what Watson has to say. Can't we get Watson as a servant? That would be cool. I see. Don't worry, I will handle that too. I'll drag me near by force if I have to, just like Mr. Hudson. Ah, Miss. Besides, Da Vinci, have you been cooped in here since last night? Oh, you noticed, didn't you? You're right, I was actually in the middle of testing a certain summon when the alarm sounded. A certain summon? Wait, wouldn't it be possible to summon the demon god pillars? Like summon those that escaped and murder them here? Just an idea! Just between us, the timing could have been worse. If a genius like me can't... Even genius like me can make mistakes. For a moment, I was afraid I might unwittingly cause a second you called the X. What the fuck was you doing in there? Not funny. Well, you can't blame me. Not after Chaldea's main power and backup power looked like they were about to get knocked out. I see another piece of the puzzle and my investigation falls into place. Wait, backup. That sounds really important. Ah, that explained the power shortage. Thanks in advance for all your help, Master. You too, Geronimo. As for you, Lana, I want you to be ready for anything, like a good master. Oh, you're a good boy, good boy. Thank you. I agree, Semper. Let us handle this for now. I may no longer be able to fight in the front lines, but in return, I'll do everything I can to support you from the back here. Oh yeah, protect my bigger back. That's the core I aspire to be. Oh, you're a dude, Maju. You're so adorable. We need all the good Kohais, I'm just saying. Carrie? No. Is it? No. Who is that? Thanks for waiting, everyone. We're nearly ready to begin operation now. What's more, this will almost certainly end up being the final ray shift. The final ray shift? Oh, Mirha looks sad. Why is that? Yeah, because we know that this is the very last demon god pillar, the last singularity to be observed on Earth. Wait, what? Okay, so if this is the last ray shift, what is the story after this? We may not have been able to determine where the demon god pillars that escaped from the temple time had hidden themselves, but we're able to find the distortion in space-time they create wherever they went. Not that we could have done that without Chaldea's, of course, and it's those readings that are telling us this will be the last. Wow. The Major Association and the UN have jointly decided to halt all redshift operation following this pseudo-spiritron transfer. After this, barring a frustration from the director being appointed in December, we won't be able to redshift anymore no matter what. Oh, damn laws and rules, regulations! That's a disappointing to hear, but it does make sense. We shouldn't be reshifting after humanity has stabilized anyway, since it does involve time travel. Yeah, that is true. We don't want to mess around with that. Exactly, which is why the reshift technology will be sealed away once we're dealt with this final instability. It's now been 72 hours since this large-scale disappearance occurred on the east coast of North America, with Salem in its center. Let me start by telling you that we'll learn directly from our own investigation and informant gathering. First off, we decided to call the darkness that sprang out of nowhere to call Salem the Mist. I just imagine like, the Mist. Every time someone say the Mist, is like this dramatic, like, the Inception trailer, but you know, just make it a bit more dramatic. Given how it absorbs all visible light and other forms of waves and doesn't obey any laws of physics, we are certain it's an instant of magecraft. Its scale remains unchanged since it first appeared, as I mentioned earlier, a near-perfect circle with a radius of 7 kilometers. We also know that the mist extends upwards to an average altitude of 600 meters. Oh, that's pretty high. It's easy to enter this area, but so far nothing that has made it back out. Every one of the unmanned vehicles, unmanned surveillance units, drones, and closed-circuit robots sent in by the US Army has been swallowed up by the dark. Maybe I can guess that when it enters, like, it's impossible to return, because maybe it's like, you know, one way in, something like that. And maybe it doesn't work on machines and stuff. Maybe you need to be a human. Either that, or they simply cease functioning the moment they get too close. Or that. They have also tried using helicopters. I'm told they're called Apaches. They're lower in sensor, but all those end up being destroyed as well. Yeah, that must kind of suck in a way, you know. considering that the Americans that literally like pretty much stomped out Native Americans and then naming their military vehicles like after them, like Apaches and all. It kind of feel like a bit insensitive. Still though, I think Apache helicopters and stuff like that are really cool. But yeah, so not even a single drone made it back. I'm afraid not. Each and every one ended up broken in up. A number of journalists snuck past the army's blockade and went into the mist themselves, but... Dude, they are hardcore as fuck. There's no sign any of them have returned. Seriously, that is some intense journalism when they literally... You know what? I'll do this for the cloud. Into the darkness. Can't we send in all bad like vloggers in there or something, like say like, oh, if you go in there you're getting the next big scoop, like, and they're like, oh no, I need to jump in there. The same is true for the trade animals that were sending for reconnaissance, poor things. You know what? Send in the humans. Don't be that is mean to the animals. Nor have we been able to confirm any birds or other wild animals either coming from or going into the mist. Curses! Let it have become a complete barren wasteland, a barbaric land of darkness that does not suffer even a single watt to pass. We next try to fight Magecraft. We Magecraft by bringing in our own mages. They send in familiars protected by magical barriers, cyber demons, automata, and more. Cyber demons? That's awesome! Unfortunately, despite the local staff's best effort, those ended in failure too. But as of last night, we finally received word that a single attempt was successful, returning with valuable new information. Could you not have just led with that and spare us extra nonsense? I mean, what do the US armored troubles really matter to us? Have you no respect for the... My shadowless complete short facts that would write the manuscript on such short notice. Just look at these bags under my eyes. No, my friend, I understand how you feel, but let us not make molehills into mountains. The important thing is that our work is now done. Our duty has passed like ship in the night. You there, leave that alone. We need it for dealing with the missed properties and to prepare our future countermeasures. It's especially important that you understand this, Padlano. Why were you two writing manuscript? I'm curious. Oh, that? We poor, feeble authors were beset by a storm last night, but I believe your attention would be better spent on the matter at hand. The only thing that made it back was a single mechanical doll. It was originally designed to be a clock before a puppet master mage. A puppet master mage disguised as a clockmaker repurposed it. That's not a... I don't know what... my brain. It's made out of ochres, cast iron nails, and baleen, a robot crave without any modern technology whatsoever. Ah, so because it's made by old style, so by that time, okay. This medieval robot managed to bring back sketches of what things are like inside the mist by automatically transcribing what it saw with its crystal pupils. Cool, crystal eyes. Sable eye. Take a look at these. Are we gonna get to see stuff? Oh, we do. Cool. Buildings.
I see. Yes, this is definitely Salem. A peaceful run-of-the-mill village whose peers residents live their lives with integrity. However, this is not modern-day Salem. This schedule clearly shows how it looked centuries ago.
Right, we cross-referenced them with our records and found that they were identical to Salem in the late 17th centuries. Yeah, that's not good. Basically, the world within the darkness is 7th century Salem, as it was in colonial times.
I see, that would mean it's still British territory then. No wonder US Army was so completely useless. Oh, snap. Be quiet! This cowardly invasion cannot stand! What about the 50,000 people who live there now?
Man, he is American indeed. Remember, this is not the first time this land has been invaded. Snap! Oh my god! Oh god! Geronimo, high five! Oh god, that's sharp! His knife is not only sharp, his tongue is as well. As we established, the recorded observation are the Salem in the 17th century. The only way the robot could make such observations in the past has been faithfully recreated, or it's some man made is displacing the area itself. It's fascinating to ponder, but the effect I like to ponder this could have on humanity is immeasurable. This is almost certainly the work of a demon god pillar still plot to incinerate humanity. Damn it, stop with incineration! Demon god pillar, that reminds me. Geronimo, earlier you said that name Salem is cursed. What did you mean by that? That's all in the past now. It belongs to history. Do you mind if I tell this story, Mr. Edison?
By all means, though we may wish it weren't so. This remains a part of our nation's history.
Very well then. The town of Salem and its neighboring land were home to 3 tragedies. The first was plague. When the white man came to our shores, he brought with him an epidemic that nearly wiped out the Massachusetts tribe living in Boston Harbor. Ooh, that sucks. The second was war, but this war was more of a massacre. The Wampanoag tribe members that managed to survive the plague put up a valiant fight. But in the end, their chief's skull still became an ornament for the white man's village. Never mind that the white man only survived the cruel winter thanks to the resources the Wampanoag left behind. In a stroke of truly bitter irony, the state would go on to be named after the Massachusetts tribe, and these events will be celebrated as a national holiday. Yeah, that's. I didn't even know it was actually named after the tribe Massachusetts, you know? I had no idea about that, actually. Then again, I'm not very knowledgeable about American history. I obviously know about the Civil War and Columbus' arrival there and stuff like that and other parts, but that I had no idea about. Gosh. And I'm actually kind of happy that they don't downplay on this history, you know, that I mean, Geronimo is literally not, he's not attacking or like trying to murder Edison, but he is like, you know, the history, and because sadly many, as I have seen on the internet especially, I mean there's people for everything there obviously, but is that many seem to try to downplay certain part of the history of the country. Well, that is not only for America for that matter, it's for most nations, that, you know, our country did horrible stuff in the past, you know, it's not that bad, but I won't say that the people now obviously is not accountable for what their ancestors did, but we shouldn't just ignore it like, yeah, you know, it's nothing, but it did cause a lot of things, like how, yeah, you know, the Native Americans lost their lands and we kind of like wiped out in most places. Like, obviously, people today didn't do that. But it doesn't mean that they shouldn't be like just ignoring it either, like, yeah, you know, whatever, it's in the past. Yes, it is, but it's still horrible things that happen and we need to remember so we don't repeat it. Which we kind of sadly do anyways, because we're humans, we are dumb, we repeat history anyway. Yay! Finally, the third tragedy that took place in Salem was the witch trials. Then again, I'm not a history expert and all that, so sorry. And yo, what had it, Tifa? Oh, you have you? Oh God, it's raining outside. Whoa, you purry. And you're wet. You what? I needed to close the balcony door because I didn't realize it started to rain, so getting a bit of rain here. And of course, Tifa was out a little bit, and you got a bit wet. And there's a perfect moment for a cat break, right into talk about the witch's trial. Ja, Tifa. You're such a big... I love you for that. Ja. We need a cat break, so take a moment to conciliate your own pets. Hug them, love them, pet them. all the petting. But so far I think this is pretty interesting, and I'm really happy that we really get to see like Geronimo and stuff like that. So man, reminds me I really need to level him up. What's easy for me? I don't remember what level is for me actually. You're shedding fur, you Furby. So this is the close-up of me and Tifa. This is a different angle on things. Oh. Yeah, I'm so sorry for that, but now she's up there for a moment at least. And we're gonna continue with the story of Salem. This time the white men went around killing their own kind. Fearing the devil's influence, they hung many innocent people. Yeah, white man kind of sucks. We are very good, like, I mean that go for everyone obviously, but yeah. I trust you now see why I call it cursed land. I do. Hey, I thought it was witch hunt. No, he speaks the truth. 'Twas witch trials that took place there. That said, those were but a farce for the court as we know it today. They were not but a pretense for the villagers to indulge their worst impulse. Those were trials in name alone, no more than excuse for the church to exercise its power. The wicked and wanted were stoned to death. Even the densest of fools could see these trials were the way for. Why they were. By the time of matters had progressed to barbaric witch hunts. The wickedness and corruption had spread so far and taken such a deep root that money changed hands unencumbered by virtues or concern of justice. For justice. Fireburn and Cauldron Bubble. They are merely characters who only ever appeared in works of fiction. I may have made use of them myself in my own stories, but I have never once encountered a genuine article. Seething. Furthermore, those who claim these fictional beings are real in order to serve their own selfish ends are simply denial of that delusion. In mine own time as well, people sense the truth through the skin and scent. Even if they did rarely put pen to paper to express what they truly thought. That there is indeed a collective unconsciousness that fears witches and their curses. Now that some time has passed since then, I wonder what things are like in the modern day. I believe that it's less relevant than one might think. I have no interest in determining where the history late 7th century Salem should fall. Nevertheless, it is abundantly clear that piety was not the only thing that the Puritans brought to the New World. Those who loathe sin, who judge sinners by their own hands, are inevitable the sort who wish to engage in sin themselves. Yeah, it's kind of like, people that, are hating gay people are generally not being able to come out themselves. What? Why does the game tap down at times? I don't know. Such people will always exist, no matter the day and age. It's a fundamental aspect of the criminal mind. That's true, it's still a fact. So what then is a witch? A criminal? A victim? The answer to that question has changed as people's beliefs have shifted over time. As one who understands the mysteries and the mystics and rejects the guidance of an unknowable god, I would say the witch trial were exactly what their name suggests. A lawful process used to pass judgment on so-called witches. An attempt to manage the frenzied panic of witch hunt in stylish, civilized manner. Of course, offering madness a seat at the dining table after he comes bargaining announced does nothing to change its inherent nature. Thus, the persecution, I can't speak. I am bad. Witches continue unabated in the West until it culminated in further capture in the New World. Ironically, in Salem, a land steeped in pious faith. It was there where the devil truly ran free, where reason and desire, scientific spirits and occult mindset came together. Enough, put the violin away. What its possible use could it be here? If you just want to hear yourself talk, then go to your room where you won't bother anyone. Oh, was that a bit long-winded? And there I thought I was being considerate by drawing the listener in with a generous amount of exposition. I think that is enough. Enough witch trial talk for now. For my part, over the last few days, I've been investigating whether there might have been any changes in past events. I've been checking the repaired foundation over and over for signs of instability. I haven't overlooked anything, and yet something is still going on. There is something about the singularity unlike any we have seen so far. Some small distortion that threatens the very rule of our world. The data is indeed accurate, and this case is undeniably clear for all to see. Which would mean the culprit is closer to God than a human, a demon god to be precise. It is certainly not surprised that a demon god pillar would act veiled in secrecy, but even mysterious acts like these are bound by incontrovertible rules. Fancy words. However, these rules cannot be tested from the outside. To do so, one must venture inwards to get, as they say, up close and personal. Arms is right. If we can't get information that makes sense from the outside, we have to investigate from the inside. Marcelana, as Khalid's acting director, I'm formally requesting that you be the one to enter the mist. And since you can't just go in from the outside normally, we need to time travel back to the 7th century. Hey! I want you to investigate whatever is inside, rescue as many people as you can, find the demon god pillar, and destroy it. Yes, ma'am. You're up, Machu. Right, the mist-bounded field. We got conducted a number of tests in our analysis of the one automata that successfully returned, and learned that the mist eliminate anything made with post-centuries, 70th centuries. That's why the cutting-edge drones that were sent in ceased to function. What's inside the mist? Well, as the acting commander said earlier, they appear to be human inside. What's more, we believe they are leading normal lives despite their confinement.
Normal lives? Well, the people who live there are alright. But wait a moment, will they be panicked out of their minds? I know I would.
I'm afraid Unfortunately, we just don't know whether those people are safe. We haven't gathered enough information yet. As you saw from the sketches, the area inside the mist has changed completely. It appears to be recreating Salem and the way its people lived their life in the late 7th century. Whether the reason for that may be, that's where we need to begin. Yeah. This was information we got from the near future observation at Sheba. Incredible detailed information too. Especially given that I was observing something in present-day space-time. Usually Sheba isn't much of a help at all, so the whole staff was puzzled by why we were able to use it here. I'm sure there's a good explanation for it, but since we don't have time to figure it out right now, I'm just going to chalk it up to an unexpected stroke of good luck. Yeah, well, sometimes luck is what we need.
Indeed, truly is an act of providence. God is careless and has blessed us in this dire time. Now we should hurry up and find a way through that field wherever it takes.
Agreed, which is why Holmes and I put our heads together and came up with a possible strategy. A redshift that results in the same era. This way we can send you straight to the heart of Salem without moving you across time. However, there are two major conditions involved with this plan that I need you to understand, Lado. As I explained earlier, we got one round-trip redshift period. With more, the number of people we can redshift is severely limited. The association has already forced us to shut down the reactor in Chaldea's basement. No! So we won't have enough framing energy for one last large-scale round trip.
But there are exceptions to every rule, eh? Just goes through you can't cross a bridge until you can come to it.
We're not operating independently anymore. We can't afford to be optimistic or even pessimistic. As for the second condition, you'll need to dress for the occasions that you don't stand out in late 7th century Salem. Think it's of an official sanctioned cosplay. Yay! Cosplay! It may sound silly, but we believe it will be essential to letting you move around in Salem unimpeded. It had worked before.
So that's me, I'll go first then.
You can't. Bill, tell them. Indeed. Once we learn... Wait, Bill? Da Vinci asked us to come up with a scenario for infiltrating the area. I nearly fainted when I first thought she was asking me to sneak in, so you can imagine my relief to know this is not the case. You do know you don't have to share every thought that comes into that swollen head of yours, don't you? After all, we servants are but a band of fools and eccentrics. As such, we are still suited to being actors. Those in this scenario will visit Salem as part of the traveling group of performers, a trope if you will. Ah, I got to be the clown? What a joke. The great William Shakespeare reduced to writing a script for a glorified circus act. I know even before you put a quilt on paper that, taking into account the inexperienced actors and uptight audience, there was no way the script would be suitable. Now, Anderson, there is nothing more delightful in a story than a surprise and well-conceived twist. In this case, we hardly need a world-class talent. Of course, they will need to be able to perform in some fashion, or the whole ploy will be for naught. But a trope is, by definition, a place where those are otherwise unable to earn a living drift together, which makes it perfect for camouflage. Oh yeah, cool. I can make jokes. Is there a problem with that? I think it's a pretty clever idea myself. As for which servants will actually be joining this trope, I decided to choose them myself, taking Bill's opinion into account, of course. I mean, I assume Bill is short for William, you know, William Shakespeare, but wouldn't it be Will instead of Bill? Like, why Bill? Let me tell you, it is a terrible headache coming up with a scenario that fits these rank amateurs. Still, that's not to say it wasn't fulfilling. Go ahead and knock yourself out with the manuscript. Just make sure you pay him full up in front. So then neither Shakespeare or Anson will be joining this mission. What about you, Geronimo? I'm just sure Sample would greatly relieved to have you along. I'm sorry, Magic, but I can't do that. I wasn't cast in this operation either. No doubt they thought my inclusion would lead to unforeseen difficulty, even as a member of a troop. I would likely nothing more than to help, but if it means putting my friend in danger. Oh, I see. On the flip side of that, what's got into you, Medea? You loathed this idea from the moment you heard it. You said you refuse even if you use a command spell. Does the fact that you've been standing around without making a peep mean you still haven't made a decision? Well, I guess I'm still thinking about it. You want to send Medea to Salem? Are you serious? Even if you're just going to pretend to be a troop member, that's far too dangerous. After all, Medea really is a...
Exactly. Regardless of their extenuating circumstances, sending a real witch to a place famous for witch hunting is the height of folly. Boring, dull, deal with it. I should have expected no better response for a lion.
Quiet, there is no hint of humor or adventure to be found in it. Indeed, could have said it better myself.
Well, go ahead and laugh if you want. I'm used to being ridiculed by so-called geniuses.
Weren't you the one that kind of ridiculed others, like aka Tesla? Whatever.
But there's little time nor the place to be discussing humor or fashion or patterns. There are American citizens who have been swallowed up by the darkness. Their very lives are at stake. If you want to be funny, then save it for the movies.
I understand you're very patriotic, Edison, but I'm afraid things just aren't that simple. This may be the modern day, but we're dealing with a world with a past and a town of witch hunts where external support just isn't an option. Common sense alone won't get us through this. We need a specialist expertise. That's why we're counting on Medea to serve an advisory role. If a demon god is behind this, then it's going to be an extremely difficult mission. And there is no better suited to find a line between superstition and magecraft than her. I guess so. Of course, we really didn't expect this request to upset her like it has. But if she changed her mind after sleeping on it, then all well does end wells. But settle down, there's no problem here. No, wait, let me try that again. There's no need to make a fuss over things that haven't come to pass, Machu. I swear by Hecate that I won't let any harm befall, Master.
What's this? Are you feeling a bit off today or something?
I was just in a bad mood last night. Anyway, it's up to Master to make the final call. Am I wrong, little writer?
I'm getting chills. There's something seriously wrong with her.
Yeah. Yeah, Anders said it's probably best not to mess with her. What about you, Mash? Are you coming along too? That would be nice. That would be nice. I can't. I was never part of the cast to begin with, so... Anyway, now that you're all caught up, I'm going to go ahead and begin the race shift preparations. In the meantime, I want you to brief everyone when you choose to accompany you, or I'm curious who's gonna join me. Remember, we don't have a lot of time before you need to leave. I especially want you to keep in mind that this is our one and only chance to race shift. I mean, Edison doesn't work because he's a lion. Geronimo, yeah, it won't work because, you know. Oh no, it's a Native American. Ah, it's a witch. Probably. Oh. Hi, Mashu. Hello, Senpai. Did you already finish your briefing? Me? Don't worry, I'm fine. I've been working pretty hard these last few days, but I'm feeling better now that I've had a bit of a break. Compared to what you and everyone else who's about to head to Salem must be going through. I'm sorry, you're right. Looking back now, I have been a bit discouraged. It goes without saying at this point, I'm not a combatant anymore. I'm Da Vinci's assistant and a summoning circle engineer. Having an ordinary Chaldea staff member like myself go somewhere like Salem would only put me and everyone else in danger. I just wish there was some way I could be useful. Useful? That's it.
Nani? Mashu?
What? I'm sorry, Senpai. I just remembered something urgent I have to do. Now with the EX music, I have to prepare right away. See you later.
Now that's some impressive Kohai power. Ah, life could be driven by only Kohai.
Okay, looks like everyone is all set. We'll be sending a part of 60 to Salem, including Lano. Once again, do not let your guard down after making your way past the bounded field. Make sure not to say or do anything that would give away the fact you aren't originally from the 7th century. Alright, initiate race shift sequence. Wait! Please take me with you to Salem.
Nani?
Well, now that's a pretty last-minute request, but I'm afraid we already filled all the roles we need. There aren't any other. Yes, there is. I heard that troops like this have a prompt who works behind the scenes to feed the performers their lines. In that case, I believe Senpai will need a dependable Kohai to be your second. Don't worry about the scripts. I already learned them all by heart. I dare say you won't find a better prompter than me in such an orders anywhere. So once again, I request to accompany the rest of the troop. Of course, I'm certain I can be useful as an on-site Chaldea staff member as well.
Way to go, Mashu! You memorized our entire script? Well, I am impressed. I certainly can't argue with that. What do you think, Mr. Showbiz? Does your script need a bit of support?
My script is nothing less than a perfection itself. However, even a perfect script means a little without actors bringing it to life. A prompt to feed a performance on stage line, you say? Such a role could be crucial to ensuring the success of a performance, but put on by an amateur cast. Above all, I cannot help but commend over memorizing the entire script. As such, I'm more than happy to support Mashu's request. Besides, if the troupe cannot perform convincingly, they are certain to come under suspicion. To be honest, I think this would be a great help. What do you think, Geronimo?
I'm afraid I can't concur. Having a young girl accompany a troupe of performers is bound to invite misunderstandings. It would be dangerous even without the threat of combat. But I would say that Master seems to have taken all of that in consideration. In which case, I believe this is Master's decision to make.
Well, yes, she's my little sister!
Little, if anything, I believe Master would be more convinced as your older sister.
Snap!
I warn you now, Lano, such pretense will only invite further suspicion.
You playing sense by older sister? I can't see you're set on this, and the other partner don't appear to have any objection. If Lan okay with it, then I have no real basis to refuse Mashu's request. But give me this warning. Integrity won't keep you safe in a world full of abnormalities. Sometimes you need to be a straight-up sophist or to look the other way. At times like that, you need to weigh your own principle against the mission's success. Understood. I'll keep that in mind.
I'm counting on you, Lalo. Good luck!
To Salem! Yahoo! Alright then, in that case, hereby issue the Remnant Order's final command. Barcelona will arrive at Salem Singularity at the current time. Make sure you make full use of all your experience to date, and see to it that you come back safe from this especially exceptional mission. Wow. Yoink! I'm getting sucked into the void! Oh, that's awful. Wait, doesn't... Ah. There we go. I was tabbing down for some reason. Excellent. Everything looked good with the ray shift. Okay, let's get back to our monitor duties. All servants remain on standby until further notice.
Do you think it was a good idea to let her go alone? I knew that much would want to go. You were the one who was most against it, Da Vinci.
I've nearly been accused of being a witch myself. Oh, not in the broom-flying, wand-wielding, people-cursing sense, so much as being as a heretic. Somebody claimed that the autopsy I did for research were evil rituals. I started to say that back then, I didn't handle it very bravely. Instead of standing up for what I believed in, I found myself at a loss for words. I turned my back on the truth and I had to lie about who I really was. Over time, that kind of pressure started to eat away at you. It's like poison more than anything else. I just thought the Martian was a little young to go through that kind of torture.
Don't be silly. Those two have seen all near every side of humanity by now. The ugliness of witch trials should be put a nice bow on the whole thing. Besides, the very notion of sending a troop of performers into Puritan village was utter lunacy from its genesis. Indeed, fighting fire with fire, as I say. Ha 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 ha!
Yes. Huh? Well, on and the others, they already leave? What's going on? What's the problem with Rage? Did someone shape... Was it like Shinkane? Or whatever his name? Or some... What? Oh, we seem to have gone out of twist rather early in the story. How delightful!
How delightful! This is terrible! I don't know why we can contact them.
I've been knocked out the whole time. That wasn't me who went along. That was someone pretending to be me, using magic as disguise.
So we're dealing with someone capable of outdoing a witch. This is bad.
If you heard that, who's the biddy who went to Salem?
Man, that is, oh damn, the snap.
Ooh.
Cool. I like this.
Oh my god. Okay, now I'm curious about that. Yikes. Wow, this is holy moly, it's dark. It's like my anus. Just black. Right. I will. Oh god. But I'm actually gonna cut. But before I do cut for things, I'm gonna make a summon. Since I did get enough Saint Quartz now, because 600 days and all of that. 600 days, logins, you know, get 20 Saint Quartz. And I'm gonna see if I can roll. Ooh, you can get another Sugliang. Cool. But I'm actually most interested in seeing if I can get Arthur, because that would be neat. And once again, I don't know what kind of stuff that will come. So I will just randomly summon when I see like, ah, this feels nice, you know. I'm living in the now, not in the then. Ooh, baboosh. Cool. Okay, we're gonna go for this. I feel, oh god, yeah. Whew. I hope I don't then end up with a 4-star Kratos and like, I hope not. I really hope not. But we're gonna go for this and see what we get. Ryodai Temple. Come on, bring out 7s. I want the 7. I mean, I get a 7. And David, man. I would actually like to see more David in the game. I like him. You know? And wouldn't that be kind of interesting, you know? Considering David isn't he like the father of Solomon? And the one I already had, of course. Now I don't get any more other guests. But, see? What is up with me and Croftus? I didn't have that one though, so that's pretty nice to get actually. But, yeah, I mean, David and, you know, Solomon, Romani and all that, that would be pretty interesting, I'd say. Or pretty awkward, I guess. It's those two crafters of what I will get. I will be sad, I will. At least I got one of these cool crafters, and it was pretty nice. But I would actually like that, and it would make it really fun to see. Alubu! I would actually like a Lubu rider, that would be cool, I think. Why? Why? Why do I get doublets like that? I don't need that. Romulus. I actually got him to level 70 now, I think. It's pretty neat. I mean, it's like the Pillar Man and all of that. Cuckoo-line. Yes, yes. Oh my god. Well, I got one craft as I didn't have. And of course I got a double on that one. And, oh god. I know I should complain because I had lots of luck, so I'm good with that. But well, I will be back with more FGO and more Salem very soon. So thank you for watching. See you later on and have a continued super great day.